Hello everyone, welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. UPI reports that the European Union has imposed new sanctions on Russian individuals and groups, accusing them of forcibly transporting and indoctrinating Ukrainian children. Since the 2022 invasion, an estimated 20,500 Ukrainian children have been illegally deported or transferred to Russia. These actions are deemed grave breaches of international law and a violation of children's fundamental rights, intended to erase Ukrainian identity and undermine future generations. The sanctions involve asset freezes and travel bans. Among those sanctioned are heads of children's camps and youth organizations in occupied territories, as well as officials responsible for placing children with Russian families and overseeing pro-Russian military training. The EU also targeted several Russian children's centers and military patriotic organizations. Global news reports that the ongoing war between Iran and the United States has reached a new impasse, with President Donald Trump rejecting Iran's latest ceasefire proposal. Then there's Middle East faces increasing volatility, with recent exchanges of fire and targeted actions against ships and Gulf states. This situation threatens to prolong the worldwide energy crisis, exacerbated by Iran's control over the Strait of Hormuz and the U.S. blockade of Iranian ports. Iran's proposal reportedly included demands for war reparations, full sovereignty over the Strait of Hormuz, an end to sanctions, and the release of seized assets. It also offered to dilute part of its highly enriched uranium and transfer the rest to a third country, with 30-day negotiations for finalization. However, Trump called the proposal to totally unacceptable, as it sought to lift sanctions before discussing Iran's nuclear program. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu emphasized that a key goal remains the removal of nuclear material from Iran, suggesting military re-engagement if negotiations fail. Trump is expected to seek China's assistance in pressuring Iran during an upcoming trip, as Beijing is a major buyer of Iranian oil. Meanwhile, Russia has offered to take Iran's uranium stockpile, a role it previously played in the 2015 nuclear deal. Al Jazeera reports that Israeli strikes in southern Lebanon have resulted in at least 4 deaths and 8 injuries. Among the wounded were 2 medics responding to an earlier attack. These strikes occurred after the Israeli army issued forced displacement warnings for 9 towns in southern and eastern Lebanon, citing Hezbollah infrastructure. Separately, the Israeli military confirmed a soldier was killed by a Hezbollah drone, and 3 others were injured by a booby-trapped drone. Despite an official ceasefire initiated on April 17th and extended to mid-May, exchanges of fire persist. Lebanese figures indicate that since March 2, Israeli attacks have killed at least 2,840 people, injured nearly 8,700, and displaced over 1 million in Lebanon. The United States is preparing to host peace talks between Israel and Lebanon, which Hezbollah has criticized. CBS News reports that Jose Antonio Cortez Huerta, a 39-year-old leader of a cell affiliated with the Northeast Cartel, was captured in Nuevo León, Mexico. Authorities seized a significant cache of items, including unidentified narcotics, cash, 10 guns, 11 vehicles, 6 motorcycles, and, notably, 7 tigers. The Northeast Cartel, a remnant of the Zetas, was designated a foreign terrorist group in 2025 by the Trump administration. Mexican cartels are known to keep exotic cats as symbols of power and, chillingly, to dispose of their enemies, with past indictments revealing victims being fed to tigers. This arrest is part of Mexico's ongoing crackdown on cartels amidst pressure from the Trump administration, following other recent high-profile captures of cartel leaders and allies. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.